Good evening, good evening. This is day 4 of the Hummingbird Stitchalong, and today we're going to be doing some basket weave stitch and some satin stitch. Hello. Hi Teresa, hope you've had a good day so far. Hello. I was saying today we're going to be working on the sunflowers and doing some lovely basket weaving stitch or weaving. And I'm going to do my centre with 6 strands of a lovely brown, although I might mix the two. I think those look quite nice together actually. And then we're going to go with the little petals. And I've got a really bright yellow for that one. Have I got a paler yellow? Let me have a look. I will stick with the brights because we went paler on the original. So I'm going to go with darker colours this time. Hello Alison. I've just had my dinner and I've wolfed it down and now I'm really hot. So just let me put the fan on. I'll be back. 1 second. Let's see if I can work out how to do it. Oh, lovely. There we go. My husband got a new fan. It's one of those tower fans. Oh, it's on oscillate. It's spinning around the other way. Just 1 second, I'll be back. How do we do this now? There we go. 26 degrees it is tonight. That's really warm, isn't it? So, I was just saying, Alison, we're going to be doing some basket weaving stitch here in the centre of the sunflowers. Now, last time I used a really pale yellow and the same colour brown all the way through. Today, I'm going to play around with using 2 shades of brown and a really bright yellow for the petals. And I'm going to use 6 strands all the way through, and I'm going to separate my strands because I want to lie nice and flat. I want to take out any twists. So again, I'm going to pull them out one at a time, so get rid of all those twists and turns, and then I'm going to lay them back down together. So with weaving, and I did textiles at university, and part of that was you learnt how to do, we did print, we did weave, and we did knit. And towards year 2 really, I specialised in knit, and we did do some of the weaving. One of my fellow students has got a beautiful company who did weaving. Another one of my fellow students works for Wallace and Sewell. She does some gorgeous work. I think she's worked for them since uni. She's amazing. Katie, her name is. And Anna, who lives in Wales, does some gorgeous weaving. So, with this stitch and with weaving, we have a warp, which comes down. And we have, hi McFreds! How are you doing, Mel? So we have a warp, which comes down. And I always remembered warp was down and vertical because the P comes down. And the weft of woven fabric goes across. So weft because you've got the F and the T with the line going across. I just realised the time. The day's gone really quick here. I've been working all day today. It's been non-stop, been very, very, very busy today. The children break up from school on Wednesday and I'm trying to get lots of organising done and projects boxed off. So yeah, it's been a busy old day today. So yeah, so warp this way, weft this way. So the warp of my woven section here, I'm going to do it in this lovely darker brown. It's almost like a golden brown. That's DMC 975. I really love the colour of that one. It's quite deep and quite rich in colour. So 6 strands. I'm going to thread my needle and then I'm going to do the warp And in weaving, you can do your warp all different colours, and you can do your weft all different colours as well. So I'm going to do the warp in this dark brown and the weft in this light brown. So I'm just going to go down the guidelines. Got my stabiliser in the way. So let's just come up here on this one. Doesn't matter which one we do. We just want to make sure that they're nice and straight. Going to come down across your sunflower. And then to save thread, we're going to come back up on this side. Can you see that? Let me zoom in for you. We're going to come back up on this side. Hi, Marilyn. And we're going to come back down on this side here. And back on this side. Down. So these are going to be the supporting lines. Let's come back up on this one. And down at the top. Have you all had a good day so far? Is it somebody that said it was really hot where they were on Friday? We had a really rainy weekend. It was just wet. Today's been a really dry day. But it's threatening rain on and off all week this week. Which means that it's inside and stitching. Just smoothing down my threads again there. I'm going to stitch down. And I want to keep these quite tight. I don't want them to... I don't want that to happen. I don't want them to pucker here, but I do want them quite tight because these are going to be the guidelines, and if they're all baggy, it's going to be quite difficult to keep it shape. So Marilyn said, it is so hot here. It's miserable. Oh no. Oh, it's horrible when it is that hot though. When you say hot, I do degrees. So today it's 26 here and I'm melting. So I can only imagine it's even hotter where you are. I don't know how to do Fahrenheit. And Mel says, I'm being super lazy and still in my jams. Are those your pyjamas? Your PJs? See, I just don't think it's lazy. I think some days you just need to have a PJ day. I'm just going to turn this over. This is what I'm battling with here at the back today. I should really pin that down there. But I'm not going to be stitching down much. So I won't need to... I'll keep my hand in the way. I'm just going to tie that off at the back. There. So add a little bit of a knot. Give that a snip. And give this one a snip. There. So there's my... Well, it's 90, heading to 97. Oh my goodness. Alison said, I had a PJ day today and did my stitching all day. Oh my gosh, that sounds like heaven, doesn't it? Well, I was up this morning at 5 AM because my eldest daughter was on like a residential trip. So I needed to drop her off at school ready for the coach. And then you kind of think, oh, I'll get back and get back into bed. But then I needed to take my next kid out to school. So I ended up just staying up really. Did a bit of tidying and then cracked on with stitching straight away. So I've been working on a really gorgeous project that I'll be able to show you the final bits of it. I'm going to record some of the final bits of stitching because I'm almost done. But it's for an amazing company in Manchester who reached out because they were having a new building opening. And yeah, they asked me to do the artwork, to do a workshop where I came in and did some stitching with the people that on the open day and then create the artwork for the reception area, which was an amazing opportunity. So yeah, I'm excited to share the finished piece with you once I've shared it with them. It's been a really nice project to work on as well, actually. And something different as well. I haven't really done like commission based work for a while. I've worked on kits and stitch alongs and markets and workshops, so it was really nice to do a commission. Thought I'd lost my needle then. So now I'm just working on separating my threads for the weft, and those are the lines that go across the weaving. Let's get a nice fresh snipped edge on there so we can thread nicely. So yeah, and then I'm going to be working on with the same company. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Teresa, that's amazing. It was amazing. It's just that very nerve-wracking, isn't it? I think when you get asked to do something so big, and that means a lot to a company or to an individual as well. Sometimes when it's an individual, I would say most of the time when it's an individual, the nerves really set because you just want to do your best, you know. But it was a really nice opportunity. I think most of you know I took some time out to help look after my youngest, which I still do every day because she's at home. So yeah, it was a really nice way of kind of springing myself back into the working field, and quite nice to kind of, I don't know, for somebody to say, hey, you're still good, do you want to come and do this? So yeah, it was lovely. So I'm just starting here. I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to work up, and then I'm going to work down, and I'm going to bring my needle up at the edge here. I'm going to weave over this one, under this one, over, making sure I don't catch that thread, under, over, under, over, and then going to pull my needle through. I'm going to make sure my threads are nice and straight. If they're not, I'm going to pull them back out because I want them to lie beautifully. Nice straight line, and then I'm going to stitch down on that side there. Yeah, so for the same company, they've asked me to come back, which is just amazing. And I'm going to be working on a lovely workshop in August with them. So yeah, things are really feeling quite nice at the minute. From going from lockdown and being uber busy to taking some time out, it feels lovely. And doing this stitch along with you all I just feel like I'm back, like in my purpose. I think that's how I would describe it. So because I went over this one, this time I'm going to go under it. So I'm going to go under here, over, under, over, under, over, and under, and pull my needle through. And again, I'm just going to make sure it's nice and straight. It's a little bit twisted, but I'm not going to worry about that. It's going to be fine. And then I'm going to stitch down on the opposite side again. Has everyone done basket stitch before? I'm hoping Tori's going to pop on. She sent me a message before and I haven't had a chance to reply. So I'm hoping to catch her. Maybe once she's put the kiddos down and have a little natter and catch up with her today. There we go. So I'm going to go again. I'm going to do the next line and we're going to keep going this way until our lovely centre is complete. I'm going to go over here and under, over, oops, under and over. I'm using my finger underneath just to push the fabric up when I'm going back under, and it helps you go over as well. And pull the thread through. We're just getting some nice texture into this overall piece. I love basket weave. It's such a nice stitch, isn't it? I think it just gives so much nice texture too. I love basket weave. These are quite wide on this one, so you can see on these ones here, I went super duper uber close on there. These ones are a little bit wider. So if you can see a lot of the fabric between, what we can do is we can always put a little cross stitch over the joins to add some more texture and to fill in that colour, but I think I might leave that quite open because I like the different colours. There we go. And for those who are joining that don't know what this live is about, this is the Hummingbird Stitchalong, which you can still get on my website. It's never too late to join. There's people that are still buying the Roving Hills one from last time. and the videos are up. You can use them, you can revisit them, and you can do that. Somebody messaged, I think I'd met them. No, I couldn't have met them at Make and Mend, actually. But they just bought it and they were so excited. They were going to get some beads and do the Roving Hills one. But I definitely think on the next one I'm going to do a little kit, because that's going to be a bit of a sampler. I've got the idea literally swirling around my head, and I hope you're going to like it. It's going to be a good one. I mean, I've not even finished this one yet. I should really stop. There we go. Now, I think we're going to have enough room to just do a little line here. Right, it's just going to be a short one, so you can see I'm going to start here. And I'm just going to look at what the stitch did above. Did it go over or under? And that one went under, so I'm going to go over. Little wiggle. Abigail said, would love a bead kit, hint hint. Do you know, I can't imagine doing a full bead kit. Would a little bit of embroidery be okay in there? I know Marilyn, it was you, Marilyn, that messaged, wasn't it, and asked if there was a kit for this one. I definitely will, I promise, that's a promise. I'll do a kit for the next one. And I just hope this idea in my head comes to fruition, and it's going to be like a sampler one. And I just think, I've got goose pimples thinking about it. How, oh, it's so strange, isn't it? I don't know if you can see those goose pimples, and more further up my arm. I just think it's going to be a really textural one, and I'm thinking of the different stitches I can do to make the other pieces come to life. I think you're going to like it. Oh my gosh, I could do it now and you might hate it. And nobody would sign up, and that would just be awful. And then I'd have to delete this video or dub it maybe with a different voice and never mention the kit ever again. So here we are. I'm going to go back up here now and I'm going to fill in the top section. So this one went over, so I'm going to go under, over, under, over, under, over. Does anybody else talk themselves through the stitches as they go? I do all the time. Abigail said, I've got all the DMC threads, but no beads. Oh my goodness, right, okay. I am on it like a car bonnet. Do people say that anymore? Oh, I hope my kids aren't listening. I don't think they're on this, but they might be listening in the house. Apart from the one that's away. Mummy's so embarrassing. But Freds, Mel, what are you laughing at? What did I say? Was it about the kit? Imagine if it's like tumbleweed. Oh my god, guys, this is the kit I've been dreaming up for months. What do you think? It's like oh my gosh, I'm gonna have nightmares about that now. There's nothing worse than thinking this is gonna be, everyone's just gonna love it. I've designed it with them all in mind, and then yeah, I'm gonna do a tiny little line here. Okay, so beads, beads, beads. The kit, yes. And for those who don't want the kit, there will still be the PDF, absolutely. I will just make sure that I label all the beads. Because do you remember last time on the Roving Hills one, I did the kits, put the beads in just like a little extra, and then when it came to stitching, I hadn't really thought about letting everybody know what size beads. So to the person who got in touch this week, oh, that's reminded me, I still haven't let you know. So this is classic how I'm getting used to my brain now. Now I know I'm ADHD. This is classic. So I'm just going to write beads on my hand. The next door neighbours have just got a delivery. And there we go. And if somebody fancies sending me a message and just saying beads, because if I wash my hands right after this, that's going. And it's a heat erasable pen as well. Oh dear. But I do need to let that person know which beads they are. I said I'd take a picture. In fact, let me, I'm sorry, I will forget. I'm just going to put beads right in front of me, so I remember as well. There we go. It's all scaffolding, isn't it? Finding things that make you remember. There we go. So let's have a look at that now. We've trimmed the back. Da, 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 da. Will you remember what beads be? Abigail, don't, because that could happen. You... Mel's just said you're killing me. Mel, is that because you know what this is like, and it's something that you would do as well? Oh dear. Yeah. I literally, I can't hide it anymore. I'm just like, yeah. Oh dear. I had a phone call on, was it Monday last week? I had an appointment with my asthma nurse, my annual review. I'd looked at the calendar. I saw it on the calendar. I dropped the kids off at school. I then had to go and get some washing up liquid. I came home. The dogs had made a mess, so I was tidying that up. And then my phone rang and I was just like, hello. And they're like, oh, hi. Is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, who's this? It's the asthma nurse. Oh, hi. Oh, my gosh. And I'd forgotten the appointment. Luckily, she fitted me in later on that day. But, yeah. Scaffolding. Google Tasks is something that I use a lot. And to be fair, some days it's not so bad. It's just if it's really busy, you know, with the kids. And if they're doing loads of different bits and pieces at school and with clubs and stuff, you know, you're basically a PA, aren't you? You're managing the diary of kids, husband, partner, the dogs. Dogs have a better social life than me. You know, you're just managing everything all the time. I think I'm not excluding men in this, but as women, we do a lot, don't we? And a lot of it is that the mental load that I always talk about. So yeah, there's lots going on. I say there's nobody busier than the modern day woman nowadays. There we are. So I've just separated my threads to get all those twists out. Will you remember what bees mean? Mel has said absolutely. Yep, she gets it. And Alison has said, no offence, but it would puzzle me for days. Is this like why you've got beads on your hand? I do that. Is anybody at that point where they walk upstairs to go and get something and then they stood there just thinking, what was I here for? The kids see me do it now and they're like, you right? Do you want to go back to where you started and you might remember? Like, I think I better. Okay, so I'm going to tie a little knot in the end and we're going to work on some of these little petals. Zoom back out again. I'm going to stop waffling now. Get on with the task at hand. Okay, so I like to start at the edge of my petal. And I like to work in like, which petal should we do? This looks like a lovely one, doesn't it? So I like to go from outside edge and then work in to the middle. Because I find if I work on the outside edge to the middle, you then get this lovely raised lump here, which kind of makes the petals look really dome-like. Oh, hi, Bayram. I remember your name from ages ago. I hope you're doing okay. Abigail says, yes, brain fog is severe. Oh, severe it is, isn't it? I remember my mum doing it as well and thinking, what is wrong? Just take a break. Why are you forgetting everything? And now I'm like, oh, my poor mum. Here we go. So we're going to start off here in the middle, as in the next to the middle of my flower, not at the end. I'm going to stitch to the edge of my petal. Just turn that round a little bit like that. And then I'm going to come to the other side. I just want to make sure that my stitching is even. I don't like to work from this side and then work all the way across, because I find working to the centre, it just keeps the petal even. You're watching your stitches, you're more aware of where they're landing, you can keep checking the direction that they're going in as you go. And then I go back to this side. I'm always hot and wandering around wondering what... I'm laughing because it is so true. Mel has just said, oh my god, TMC, which is Teresa, I'm in the same bucket. TMC, Teresa says, yes Mel, I'm always hot and wandering around wondering what I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, I like to style it out sometimes. I just think, just dance. Someone will think that you're just kind of like, bit of a sidestep. Oh dear. It's even worse when you're in the supermarket and you think, that security guard must think I'm literally trying to steal a pack of biscuits because I've been down this aisle 5 times and I don't know what I was down here for specifically. Yeah, I have to have a shopping list. Otherwise, shopping takes so much longer. I went to the shops before. Pizzas for tea. And my husband said, did you get butter? And I was like, yeah, I did, yeah. I was being totally sarcastic. Because, of course I didn't. It wasn't on my list. What about the word salad? Oh, my goodness, yeah. My kids laugh at me because they all get each other's names. If this is what you mean by word salad, they all get each other's names, like, before I get to the actual person I'm speaking to. I mean, they even get the dog's names. Olive, Hazel. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, or just forgetting the word that it's literally, you can almost see it and you can hear the word being said, but you just can't think of the word as you go. That's a nightmare, isn't it? So you can see here the stitches are getting slightly longer as I work from side to side. I'm going to keep going till I get to the centre. And again, I'm working with 6 strands. I love a nice chunky embroidery. So I'm always working with 6 strands. Teresa said, oh yes, it's the worst forgetting words. Oh, especially when it's such a simple word as well. You know? Or you go into a shop and you say, oh, excuse me, where's and the shop assistant's just looking at you as if to say, you're not even miming. You're just clicking at me. Then you go back into the side step. It's terrible. No, I just don't think anything can prepare you for it. And then add heat to the mix, Marilyn, if you're still there. Oh my goodness, it all just goes to pot. And then Mel said, I repeat the word and ask, what's that about? Oh dear, my daughter said to me the other day, you do know that you repeat yourself a lot. Like, you tell the same story over and over again. I'm just like, that's because it's really interesting. Oh dear. Abigail said, I don't even bother with the names anymore. Just oi will do. Can't get my needle in there. Feels like it's really tight there. Yeah, oh gosh, honestly, the names, terrible. Or when you're trying to recall somebody's name, you know, if it's somebody that you're watching on TV, or a film, you're watching a film and you're like, oh, I've seen this. Hi, Tori! Everyone's laughing and agreeing in the comments. We're just talking about, Tori, when we forget people's names, word salad, where you forget words that you need, walking into a shop, not knowing what we're talking about, what we're looking for. And then adding heat to the mix as well just makes it so much worse. Right, I am going to, at this point, just change over how I'm working my stitches. So I'm going to come to the end of the petal. I'm going to work down. It's getting a little bit tough in here. So I'm going to bring up my needle and I'm going to go down here. So I'm not stabbing about in the dark. Tori said, hello. I forget all the time. I hate that I do it, but I do. I mean, Tori, we voice note quite a lot, don't we? And I think a lot of our voice notes are, just a minute, I'll come back. It is so funny. So we were talking on Friday, weren't we, about Squirrelgate? And I managed to trawl through my archive with the help of Abigail to find the stories again of Hazel, the dog, who caught the squiggle in the house. And showed the kids, and honestly the kids were cracking up laughing as well. It was so funny. But yeah, it's not happened since. Everything's fine. So we're nearly finished this now. So as you can see here, we're coming to close this gap. Now what you could do is you could come into the V here and make them smaller so you don't get that big bulk there, but I quite like that big bulk. I think that you get a lovely curve on your petal. So I'm going to continue to come down into the same space. Hello, Roxy. Roxy's my gorgeous cousin, and she's just tuned in. Tori said, I was dying about Hazel and Squirrelgate. She just looks so innocent, doesn't she? Like, I think the squirrel was probably about the same size as her. Just, it was like an episode of Columbo. Murder, She Wrote, Quincy. It was just, yeah, terrible. Here we go. So look at that lovely curve we're getting there on that petal. Da, 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 da. I quite like that really bright colour as well. Bright yellow. What colour is that one? That one is 973. That's a favourite of mine, actually. I like that one. I like 725. A little bit paler. So you can see the ones I did last time. Quite pale. And then these ones quite bright. Quite nice, don't they? Like those. And you could always mix your colours as well if you wanted to. Maybe mix in a nice orange with these. So let's see if I have covered that petal completely. I think I've got room for another one here. I'm going back over that centre one again. Just means that I get that nice raised curve on my petal. There we go. I like that. I love a chunky embroidery. Mel said, oh my god, I cannot stitch today. My weaving is crooked. Don't worry. If there's any bits you want to take back out again, take them back out. If you want to try and keep them straight, you can always just use the blunt end with the eye of your needle and just give them a little wiggle down. You could always add more layers to it. If you feel like they're crooked, you can always do a little cross stitch over them. Shall we do a little cross stitch over them and see what they look like? There we are. Right, let's have a little look. So to do a cross stitch, I think I'm not going to use all 6. I am going to use 2 because I don't want them to be too thick. But let's do some cross stitches on this one. Little anchor stitches. Or we could just do one diagonal actually. Let's have a try. So I've just threaded 2 strands through my needle. And then what you can do is you can come up at the little cross stitch here. Cross over there. And this will just add more texture as well. And you could do alternate colours. This is the darker brown, so I'm going to come up at the opposite one. And then cross down. So if you feel like they're all crooked, you can always add a few little crosses. You know, it might be quite nice actually to do those in some of the metallic. That'd be lovely. Let's do another one up here. See what that looks like. Let's just do one crossover one, not hexagonal, diagonal one. Word salad. Let's put a cross over that one. So you can see it just kind of heavies the weaving, but if you want to see all of the weaving, then you can always leave that out. There we go. Just kind of secures them a little bit, although they shouldn't move at all really. If you were going to be having your weaving on a bigger piece, maybe without the hoop as well. There we are, so you can see them slightly, can't you? Just hiding in there. Quite cute. I like those. So that's what we're going to do all the way around our sunflower. If you want to add more colours in there, you can do. We've only been going for 35 minutes, so I think we could do one more leaf while you keep me company. I'm going to, again, I know this is taking quite a long time to separate these threads, but it just makes the overall stitching of this piece so much nicer, especially because we're doing a satin stitch. I'm just going to sew them. Mel said, super cute, but I cut it out. Do you know, sometimes if you're not happy with it and you don't feel like you're going to love it, it can always be cut out, can't it? So don't worry. Absolutely fine. And if you worry about your lines not being straight, you can always use a credit card. It's like a little ruler. You can always use a little ruler, even. A slight little bit of cardboard. I just draw your lines on. Once you've got your weft in there, your warp in there, which warp is the one that comes down, your weft will fit in really nicely. There we go. Let's just zoom out again while I get this in here. Nice fresh snip. So in the UK, the Great British Sewing Bee has started again, and I usually watch that with my youngest. I'm going to see if they fancy watching that, and might sit down and carry on doing a bit of stitching tonight and watch that. Cup of tea, a little bit of chocolate. Job's a good one. So let's do this one here. So this time, remember last time I started in the centre and came up? I'm going to start this way and go in. Let's see how that works, because some of the petals will cross over each other. So here you can see I'm going to go under, just like that. Again, working on alternate sides until I close off the middle, and even then continue. These are going to look so nice and bright. Back on this side. I missed this side off then, didn't I? Even that back up again. You can see that little triangle. It probably is easier actually coming through this way, where you start at the end of the petal and work in, because then you get that lovely triangle coming in sooner. Love the Great British Sewing Bee. I do too. Did you watch last week's? Because I think it'll be the second episode, won't it? I think it's on a Monday. We haven't started it yet, which means, how lucky am I? There's 2 episodes to watch. But I do, I love it. I love the commentary. I love getting to know all the people that are taking part. It's just such a fun, easy to watch programme. And it really reminds me of my mum. My mum used to sew all of our clothes when we were younger, and you just think, gosh, it's just such like an art form, isn't it? And some of the people that are on there are so creative in the way that they kind of adjust the patterns. I think every year it just gets better and better. Yes, I watched it on catch up. Yeah. So is the second episode? Oh, Tuesday night. Great British Sewing Bee. My favourite ever contestant was Juliet. Oh my goodness. She was just amazing. She made this gorgeous one-shouldered jumpsuit in African print fabric. Oh, she was absolutely gorgeous. She was lovely. She actually replied to one of my comments once on her post, and I was just like, oh my god, I love Juliet. And she did a brilliant podcast during lockdown, I think it was. And we did like a little interview. It was so fun. She was such a lovely person as well. And they all are, aren't they? We're all just like normal people, but yeah, just like in awe of the talent. She was just brilliant. So again, love her. She was so good, wasn't she? And just so humble as well. I think her children were quite young at the time. So, you know, she's got a lovely, lovely business gone on there. I actually bought one of Tilly and the Buttons skirt patterns. I found it when I was doing a tidy up. I really need to give making my own clothes a go. Because imagine making your own clothes and then embroidering them. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I might give it a go over the summer. Make some summer skirts. Maybe not dresses. I'm just not very... No, I am. No, I am all right making patterns. Following patterns. I made my own patterns at uni to do my own knitwear, so I never started off with actually reading them. And I think I just get a bit impatient. But hers are supposed to be really easy to follow and do, so watch this space. I could be walking around with all my own clothes. Have you? Alison said, I've made a few Tilly and the Buttons. Oh my goodness, right. Oh, you'll have to let me know which ones you'd recommend. I got a skirt. I think it was just like a circular skirt, so it'd be lovely for summer. Bought the fabric and then just never ended up making it. But I have got it downstairs actually. I think I might give something a go. Something summery. Maybe not a top. I wouldn't be as confident with a top, but I'd love to do a skirt. So there we go. There's a second pattern. Her patterns are brilliant. Oh, that's really good to know, because I do think I need to have a bit of a heads up on the best ones to try, because I am not a newbie to a sewing machine, because I've done a lot of sewing, but mainly like small little projects. The most complicated thing I did on a sewing machine was, do you know the BFG? And the little girl who's in the BFG, she wears that little wincey nightie. It's like, almost feels, it's like a brushed cotton. So my daughter, when she was in primary school, wanted to go as a little girl from the BFG on World Book Day. So I just thought, oh yeah, that's fine, I'll make that. And I actually made her the little wincey nightie. It was so cute, but it was too hot for her to sleep in afterwards. But yeah, I was actually really impressed with myself because there was lots of pieces to it. So I think I could do it, but yeah, silly in the buttons. Sophie. Oh, is that her name? Yes, from the BFG. Yes. And she had like a little, it was like a pinky coloured, really kind of old-fashioned, fluffy around the front and fluffy shoulders. And you couldn't ever buy a nightie like that now. So yeah, I ended up making it for her. Must have pictures somewhere of her in that. Yeah, it was a really cute little outfit. And I've made the kids nativity costumes and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe it's time to make something for myself. Cute, I used to have nighties like that. Oh, did you? I used to love having the, like, those little nighties with the, there was a character, I think we were talking about it on here the other day, like Holly Hobby. She had like a big oversized bonnet on. She used to have a big oversized bonnet and like a green kind of dress. I've got a jug downstairs with her pictures on it, but I used to have lovely nighties, like really old-fashioned style, but gorgeous. There we go. Teresa said, I've been making stuffed animals, embroidering on them. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I'd love to see some of those, Teresa. I just think it's like the end of a project when she finished sewing it, but to add something like hand embroidery on, it's beautiful, isn't it? You further make it your own, don't you? Yeah, I'd love to see. I love seeing everybody's projects. Don't forget on Facebook, if anybody's over there, there is Needle and Natter. It's a Facebook that you can upload anything in there as well. I don't use it as often. Should do really, but I just find it easier in some ways to keep things on Instagram. But it's quite nice to kind of have a little community hub there, especially for people that like Facebook. But yes, so there we go. That's what we've done today. So far we have done the cloud. We did our chain stitches, different variations of chain stitch this week, and we started on our woven roses too. So we can finish these off, and then once I finish my roses, I'm going to carry on the chain stitches through there. Gorgeous. Made many stuffed toys for my boys when they were younger. Oh, Abigail, that's so cute. I love that. It's so special, isn't it? I just think you just can't beat handmade clothes, handmade toys. I think it's really, really precious. Teresa said, I'm making them in hopes that I will have grandchildren to give them to. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Yeah, my mother-in-law knitted so many lovely things for the kids, and yeah, my mum, yeah, she made stuff for the girls as well, made them little dresses, and yeah, but well, she bought them loads of sewing supplies as well. So yeah, it's lovely. But yeah, always share your projects. Oh, can't get enough of other people's projects and the things that they're making. But I hope that was okay for you. I will see you on Wednesday, same time, 8 o'clock. And I'll see how you get on with your little flowers. Even if you just do one, even if you don't do any, come back again on Wednesday and enjoy the rest of your week. It's been so fun chatting with you tonight. Thanks a lot, girls. And I'll speak to you on Wednesday. Bye.